Hey everyone! Today we're talking about one of the most intense and unsettling events in American history, the Salem Witch Trials. This is not just a story about witches. It's about fear, power, and what can happen when a community stops questioning itself. Let's break it down into 6 key milestones that explains how this all unfolded. Milestone 1. Life in Puritan New England before 1692. To understand Salem, you need to understand the Puritans. They believed God controlled everything and Satan was constantly trying to corrupt society. Life was strict, stressful, and centered on religion. People were taught to watch themselves and each other for signs of sin. This intense worldview set the stage for fear and suspicion. Milestone 2. The first accusations in winter of 1692. In early 1692, a group of young girls in Salem Village began having strange fits, screaming, shaking, and claiming they were being attacked by invisible forces. A local doctor couldn't find a medical reason or an explanation and suggested witchcraft. Soon, the girls accused 3 women of being witches. Tituba, an enslaved woman, Sarah Good, and Sarah Osborne, both social outcasts. Milestone 3. Accusations spread like wildfire. Once accusations began, they didn't stop. More people, mostly women, but some men, were accused of witchcraft. Personal grudges, jealousy, and old conflicts suddenly became evidence. If somebody accused you, defending yourself was nearly impossible. Saying you were innocent could only make people more suspicious. Milestone 4. The Salem Witch Trials Court, mid-1692. The government stepped in and created a special court to handle the cases. One of the biggest problems? The court allowed spectral evidence, which is a testimony that a spirit or vision of the accused harmed somebody. There was no real way to disprove that. As a result, trials moved quickly and verdicts were often guilty. Milestone 5. Executions and imprisonment. Between June and September of 1692, 19 people were hanged, and one man, Giles Corey, was pressed to death for refusing to plead guilty or innocent. Over 150 people were jailed. The community was in full panic mode, and fear had completely taken over reason. Milestone 6. Doubt, End, and Aftermath. Eventually, accusations reached respected members of society, including the clergy. That's when people started questioning the trials. The court was shut down, prisoners were released, and years later, the colony admitted the trials were a mistake. Some victims' families were compensated, but the damage had already been done. The Salem witch trials reminded us how dangerous fear can be when mixed with power and unchecked beliefs. It's a warning from history. When critical thinking disappears, injustice can take over fast.